It's 10 p.m., you're finally relaxing, and you hear it. A knock. Then another. Then a flashlight beam sweeps your window. If you've ever thought, if I just open the door and be nice, they'll go away, that's exactly what gets people in trouble. Here's the legal trick. Police often don't show up with a warrant. They show up hoping you'll invite them in. That's the knock and talk, and it's basically a consent hunt. If they can get you to open the door, talk, or step aside, they've just turned your home into their investigation without ever getting a judge involved. So let's talk about the phrase in today's title, implied license. In normal life, society gives people a tiny, limited permission to walk up the normal path to your front door, knock, wait briefly, and leave. Like a neighbor, like a delivery driver, like a Girl Scout selling cookies. Police get that same limited permission, but it's not a free pass to search, wander your property, peek in windows, or camp on your porch for half an hour until you finally comply. Here's the point. You can revoke that implied license. And if you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Your safest move is to keep the door closed and make everything crystal clear on camera with calm words. No yelling, no drama, no touching officers, no slamming doors on feet. Just clear legal boundaries. This is the exact script I want you to save and use. You can say it through a closed door or through a doorbell camera, and you can say it politely. Officer, I do not consent to any entry or search. I'm revoking consent for you to be on my property. Please leave. That's the heart of it. Notice what it does. It refuses entry, it refuses a search, and it revokes the implied license in one calm statement. And here's the part people mess up. When the officer says, I didn't hear you, can you open the door and say that again? Don't fall for it. That's often a tactic to get the door open so they can see inside and claim they saw something in plain view. You can simply repeat through the door, I do not consent. Please leave. Now let's cover the biggest fear people have. If I don't open the door, won't that make me look guilty? Legally, refusing to open your door or refusing to answer questions does not automatically create a legal basis to enter your home. Being quiet is not consent, and silence isn't a crime. You're allowed to protect your privacy. But there are two major exceptions you need to understand, so you don't get misled by internet slogans. First, if they have a valid warrant, they're not asking permission, they're executing it. Second, if there's a real emergency, something like immediate danger to someone inside, they may enter without a warrant. Those situations are fact-specific, and they're the reason you should stay calm and ask one simple question through the door. Do you have a warrant or an emergency? If they claim they have a warrant, your next line is, slide it under the door or hold it up to the camera so I can read the address and scope. You're looking for basics. Is it the right address? Is it signed? And what does it actually authorize? You're not debating law on the porch. You're creating a record. If they claim an emergency, don't argue about the definition of emergency at 2 a.m. Say, what is the emergency? Who is in danger? And keep recording. If it's real, they're coming in anyway. If it's not, they just created a record that they didn't have a lawful basis to stay. Now, what not to do, because this is where good people turn a right situation into handcuffs. Don't yank the door open. Don't step outside just to talk, then stand in the doorway with the door wide open behind you. That's how officers see inside your home, see something they interpret as illegal, and suddenly the conversation becomes probable cause. If you're going to talk at all, do it through the door or through a camera. Second, don't physically resist. Don't grab, don't shove, don't try to slam the door on a foot. Even if you're right on the law, you can still get arrested for what happens in that physical moment. Keep it boring, verbal, and recorded. Third, don't answer friendly questions. Knock and talks are built on small talk. Who lives here? Mind if we come in? Just step outside real quick. The safest answer is a boundary, not a story. I'm not answering questions. Do you have a warrant? If not, please leave. Here's another key concept. Time matters. That implied license is based on normal social behavior. Normal visitors don't pound on your door at 4 a.m. unless there's a real reason. Normal visitors don't bring specialized tools onto your porch to investigate. Normal visitors don't hover for 30 minutes, refusing to leave after being told no. When officers act outside those social norms, that's where the legality starts to get shaky, and why recording matters so much. Let's talk about fortifying your property, because people ask, do fences and no trespassing signs help? They can help, especially for side yards, backyards, and areas a normal visitor wouldn't go. A gate, a fence, obvious barriers, and clear signage strengthen the message that certain areas are off limits. But here's the no-nonsense truth. Even with signs, officers may still attempt the front door approach. That's why the most powerful revocation is verbal, on recording. I do not consent. Please leave. Now, what if they refuse to leave? You don't escalate. You keep recording. You ask for names and badge numbers. You say, please leave. If you have a warrant, come back with it. And if the behavior becomes harassment, constant banging, threats, or attempts to disable cameras, you request a supervisor and document everything. The goal is not a shouting match. The goal is a clean record. Here's the everyday rights version of the perfect response, all in one calm sequence. Door closed, camera recording. Officer, I do not consent to any entry or search. I'm revoking consent for you to be on my property. Please leave. Do you have a warrant or an emergency? Then stop talking. Let them fill the silence. And the last piece, what to do after. Save the video. Write down the date and time. If they entered anyway or damaged property or threatened you, talk to a local attorney who handles civil rights and criminal defense. Because the law is powerful, but it only helps you if you can prove what happened. Laws vary by state, educational, not legal advice.